Hello, this is CBultra768, and welcome to my first podcast. Today, I will be reviewing the most recent Marvel film to hit theaters, which is Doctor Strange, and I want to talk about my history with this character in the comics. Also, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this movie, then get off your butts and go see it. The film starts with our main villain, Caecilius, played by Mads Mikkelsen, stealing pages from a book with an evil red symbol on it. And the Ancient One, played by Tilda Swinton, tries to stop them, but only kills a few, and Caecilius and his goons get away. We then cut to Doctor Strange, played by Sherlock Holmes himself, Benedict Cumberbatch, and it shows his life and how good he has it as a surgeon until he gets into a car accident and it messes up his hands really bad. I mean, look at him. Jeez. Strange then goes to all sorts of doctors for help, but nothing works, until he finds the file of a man played by Benjamin Bratt who is paralyzed but is somehow able to walk again. So they talk and he tells him to go to Kamartaji where he meets Mordo, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, and takes him to the Ancient One where, after a trippy sequence, she convinces Strange that magic is real and soon helps teach him the ways to use it. But what is interesting about the way they use their magic is they say they take power from the multiverse to use that power as shields, weapons, or anything else that could help them. Soon Strange learns how to use magic and even borrows books from the librarian named Wong, played by Benedict Wong, who in the comics is Strange's assistant. Wong lets Strange borrow books to learn more spells, but soon when Wong isn't around, he takes the book that had its pages stolen and reads from it, and uses a relic called the Eye of Agamotto, and with its power, learns that he can control time or open rips into different dimensions. Soon Wong and Mordo teach Strange about the Sanctums and how they create a shield around the Earth to protect against otherworldly threats, and they speak of Dormammu, who in the comics is one of Strange's biggest enemies. The Sanctums are located in 3 parts of the world: Hong Kong, New York, and London. New York is where Strange will actually live at the end of this movie, but London gets destroyed by Caecilius when he shows up, and tries to destroy the New York Sanctum, but Strange manages to stop him. After the battle, Strange reveals to Mordo, though, that he learns that the Ancient One has been using dark energy to keep herself alive from Dormammu's world. And after that, Caecilius chases after Strange and Mordo and almost kills them, but they're saved by the Ancient One, who gets killed, and Strange takes her to his friend/lover, Christine, to save her. But as it goes, she says it's her time to go, and gives Strange wise words, convincing him that he could still do some good, even if his hands are still broken. So with that, Strange convinces Mordo to help him. They take a portal to Hong Kong, and they see that the Sanctum has been destroyed, and that Dormammu is coming. But Strange uses the Eye of Agamotto to turn back time and restore the Sanctum with help from Mordo and Wong. But Caecilius gets in the way, so Strange comes up with an idea. He flies into the Dark Dimension to face Dormammu, to make a deal with him. But instead, Dormammu kills Strange. The end. Nah, just kidding. But with the time spell, he traps himself and Dormammu in a time loop until he agrees to Strange's deal to leave Earth alone. So Dormammu agrees, and Caecilius and his goons get sucked up into the Dark Dimension to live in suffering forever. But in the end, disgusted by how the rule and nature of their magic world has been broken, Mordo leaves, and in the post-credits scene, finds Benjamin Bratt, steals his power that helped him to walk, and tells him, "I know what is wrong with this world now. There are too many sorcerers," marking him to be Strange's enemy in a sequel, or in the next Avengers movie. And with that, Strange now protects the New York Sanctum and learns to not be selfish and protect others. There you go, that's the story of Doctor Strange. But it actually doesn't end there, because before Mordo's end credit, there is one where Strange is having a conversation with someone who we get to see is Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth, asking Strange to help him and Loki find their father, Odin, who is on Earth. And so Strange agrees, which I believe this will be a scene in Thor's 3rd movie, Thor Ragnarok. So what did I think of the movie? I like it because it brings a new element to play around with in the Marvel Universe, like the multiverse, which are different universes in the Marvel Comics. So we could get different versions of Captain America and Spider-Man, or any other Marvel characters, if they go with that idea of different dimensions. We could even see Ultimate Spider-Man, who is now portrayed by Miles Morales. Who knows? The movie does follow some of the same patterns as other Marvel movies, with the hero's origin story, a villain that's not very interesting at times, and is taken out at the end. But overall, the actors and the effects were great, and I loved every second of it. And in general, I do love Marvel movies, and I can't wait to see the next one. But before this movie, I did read some comics about Doctor Strange, or comics that had him in other Marvel characters' stories. My first time even seeing Doctor Strange in a comic was Marvel Fanfare issue 6, where Spider-Man has to save the Scarlet Witch's soul from an evil sorcerer who mentions in the story that he wants revenge on Spider-Man because Doctor Strange and Spidey actually stopped him before. At the end of this story, there is a short comic about Doctor Strange where a young sorcerer tells Strange that he is next in line to be Sorcerer Supreme. So Strange and him battle, and he actually kills Strange and wins the title. But then more opponents keep showing up, trying to kill him for the title of Sorcerer Supreme. But soon it's revealed that it was all illusion, created by Strange to show the hardships he would have to go through being Sorcerer Supreme. So the guy leaves saying he's not ready and learns a lesson in the end, which is don't with Doctor Strange. Another one with Strange in it is called The New Avengers, which has him working with Mr. Fantastic, Namor, Professor X, Black Bolt, and Iron Man, where they fight shape-shifting aliens called the Skrulls. The next one is a comic book based off the animated movie back in 2007, which is actually how I learned about the character. But it's a short story where one of his apprentices gets taken over by the darkness, and Strange and Wong save her, and he tells the story about how he became so awesome. And you would have to see the movie to learn what happens after that. But the best Strange story is Fahrenheit 666, which is in the same book. Doctors bring in a woman with weird symptoms, so one of them calls Doctor Strange for help, and Strange realizes it isn't a person, but a monster that took a dead body, waiting to strike, which it does, trying to eat the doctors, but Strange convinces it to eat him, and he blows it up from the inside. And I just love what he says. This poor creature should have heeded the oldest medical advice. Feed it cold, starve of fever. Which I just love that line. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this podcast. I hope you all will let me know if I should do more or not. I'll see you all on the next playthrough or video. I hope you have a great day.